friends, I'm Whitney and this is Come Home for Comfort. Welcome back to my channel. Merry Christmas. Today's video is something I think about all year long, and that is Christmas movies. One of my favorite parts of the Christmas season is just sitting down to watch Christmas movies. Most of these I don't watch during the year. I save them for December like a special treat, and I look forward to them so much. So I thought today I would share with you my top 5 favorite Christmas movies, and I would love to hear after you watch this video. Tell me down in the comments if we have any of the same favorite movies or if you have a totally different list. I know there are some that are pretty obvious ones that I'm leaving out. So if you're like offended that I left out your favorite, I'm very sorry. But these are my favorite. I want to know what your favorites are as well. So I sort of have an order of how I watch these movies every year. It's part of my Christmas tradition, really. It has to do with movies. So when I am making the dinner or any kind of sides that I'm taking for Thanksgiving, I always watch Miracle on 34th Street. I don't watch the parades, but I do watch the black and white version of Miracle on 34th Street, the one that has Evan Gwynn and Maureen O'Hara. I love that movie. I love the black and white version. They colorized it later on, but I really like the classic black and white. It just is so Christmassy. I love that it takes place in New York City, and it has a lot of that old culture. But one of the things I love the most about this movie, and that I'm going to mention about several others, is the supporting cast. I think that really makes this movie really good. And my favorite cast member, who's not one of the main stars of Miracle on 34th Street, is William Frawley. And he plays Fred on the I Love Lucy show. And I love him as a supporting character in lots of different movies. He's in an old John Wayne movie that I love. And in this movie, he plays a friend in Miracle on 34th Street. He plays a friend of the judge that has to decide whether or not he's gonna rule if Santa Claus is real. Such a great movie. So that's my first one that I watch every year. Another movie, I have a few props here. I don't have them all on DVD, but I'll hold it up if I do. The other one, of course, is Elf. I love this movie. Will Ferrell, I don't love all of his movies, but he is a really funny guy, and I love comedy. So this movie is hilarious. And again, supporting cast in this movie I think really makes it. And James Caan plays Buddy's real dad, his birth father. And I love James Caan. I have an old movie here I'm going to show you. He is in this movie. It's called El Dorado with John Wayne and Robert Mitchum, and he plays a very different character. He's much younger. He's really funny. So I love to see like the change in how he acts and over the years. It's just really interesting. But of course, Elf is hilarious. It also takes place in New York City, which I think is just really magical and fun for Christmas. So Elf is very quotable. You know, it's just one of those classics that I remember watching, like when I was in college. We'd come home for Christmas and we'd watch it, and it just has really warm memories for me. I just really love it. Number 3 is While You Were Sleeping. I have to put this in my top 5 because it is a classic 90s movie. It's just, you know, Sandra Bullock she got the long hair, the clothes are very classic 90s. And one of the things I like about movies from that era are the houses at Christmas time. So the house in While You Were Sleeping is just fabulous. It's very Midwestern, and I love how it's decorated. It's just a sweet romantic movie. Peter Gallagher, I think, is in that too. But my favorite supporting cast member of While You Were Sleeping is Glynis Johns. She plays the grandmother, I think, or like the friend of the grandfather. I can't remember how it all works out. She plays the mother in Mary Poppins. She's the one that's the sister suffragette. I love her in that movie. She's just very, very funny, and so it's cool to see her as an older lady come back and play a grandmother role in While You Were Sleeping. Number 4 is The Holiday. It's a great romantic Christmas movie. I'm not the kind of person that can sit and watch Hallmark movies for hours on end at Christmas time. I just don't get into those. They're so predictable, and if you love it and that offends you, again, I'm very sorry. But I love The Holiday. I love Kate Winslet. I love her British life. I love her cottage. Who doesn't, right? It's a very sweet love story. I just love it. My favorite character in The Holiday is Jack Black. I don't think I've seen him in anything else, but I love him in this movie. He's almost like, and I mean this in the best way possible, he reminds me of Josh Gad in Beauty and the Beast. That same kind of like lovable, round, funny character. He's not stupid or anything. He plays a really cool character in The Holiday, but I just really like his character. I think it really adds a lot to the movie, and it's just such a sweet, sweet love story all around Christmas. And my 5th favorite Christmas movie happens to be in my list of my all-time favorite movies. This is in the top 5 of my favorite movies that I would watch over and over and over again, and it is White Christmas. I have loved this movie since I was a little girl. I have it basically memorized. It's a classic movie. I love movies from this era. I love musicals. It's such a good movie. And something that I really love about my husband Paul is that he loves White Christmas as much as I do. It is the movie that we quote the most between the two of us. We quote it all the time. It's just funny and quotable, and it of course has a very, very star-studded cast with Bing Crosby, Danny Kaye, who we both love, and then the women are Rosemary Clooney and Vera Ellen, who are really, really great actresses from that age, and I just think it's a great, great movie. It's just funny, and again, it takes place, the setting is just in Vermont. When I was in high school, I wanted to live in Vermont so badly because that's what I thought Vermont was like, the little inn where they lived in Pine Tree, Vermont, where they went to stay for the holidays. I love that movie. And my favorite supporting character in that movie is Mary Wickes, who plays the housekeeper. She had the greatest, her humor that she added was just so funny. She has the best lines of the whole movie. If you haven't watched it, you need to watch it so you can see what I'm talking about. She just has some really, really funny lines. And she played that same kind of character in a lot of movies throughout that era of movies. She also came back and played Aunt Josephine in Little Women, and it was kind of a similar character, and I just loved seeing her again. Just like with Glynis Johns, it's cool to see people that you loved in their prime come back and play older characters later on in their life. She's a really great actress, and I really love her. And I forgot to mention, I'm wearing my shirt that says May Your Days Be Merry and Bright from White Christmas, because I thought that was appropriate since that's my favorite Christmas movie. Thanks for watching. If you got all the way to the end, I applaud you. I would love to hear in the comments below. Tell me if I left out one of your movies that you love, or if we have any of the same favorite movies for Christmas time. Tell me about that as well. This month I am doing 12 days of Christmas, so every day for 12 days in a row I will have a new video that relates to Christmas in some way, so I'll have that linked at the end of this video. I'll have a playlist where you can go and watch everything else that I posted this far. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you in the next video.